downtown Los Angeles, and we went into one of these covered tunnels, and on one side, as you can see, it is lined with police, and on the other side, it's also lined with police. So we're kind of stuck in this tunnel in downtown Los Angeles. Yes, we are settled. At this point, all we've been doing is literally marching and chanting, and we haven't even really done anything. So they're calling for shields to be on both sides, so I don't have a shield, so I'm gonna get in between. The people are sandwiched. So, hey girl.
This isn't what I wanted, but we're here. If we had moved a little bit faster.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah.
Everyone will be back here tomorrow. That's what I know. We're fucking awesome.
So we have cops. This is why it's important for more people to come out.
Yes. We can push back on the police line when they try to trap us like this. We outnumber them by the thousands, but y'all aren't here. So they outgun us, and we need your help. So get here when you can. We're going to be out here for 64 days.
That's right. So...
That's what I'm saying. There's more of us to do. Right. But people are gonna run when they fight. Y'all gonna keep pushing when they tear gas? Or y'all gonna run? Because that's what happens. The front's moving and y'all take off.
What's the best move at this point?
I don't know, but if we're gonna push through, we all have right. But since we're here, right, or if we had hustled out. Y'all want a lollygag.
Yeah. We're all fucking trapped.
These cars, back them up, that'd be nice.
The police are out in full force, but where are we? Yesterday, white supremacists fucking murdered people.
Right.
And why are people flooding the streets? That's my question.
We have so much work to do.
Well, for real. So what street is this so if people want to come?
I think 3rd, or is it 4th? 3rd? I think it's the 3rd Street tunnel.
3rd Street and near the 110?
Flower, yeah, right, yeah, 3rd Street tunnel, off Flower.
So the 3rd Street tunnel off of Flower near the 110 freeway?
On got into one of those cars and they started gassing protesters, I'd be in prison because I run them over.
One thing you can do is drive down here, and if you see people running, maybe put them in your car and drive them somewhere safe so they don't get arrested. That's a way you could help tonight if you're, at home watching this and wondering, how you could help. Because hopefully they don't arrest all of us. Maybe some of us will squeeze out, but then we'll need rides.
Too much of us.
I went there. They arrested 200 of us one night. Yeah.
They're doing it behind us! Stay vigilant! Stay vigilant! Ooh, cars for. These cars are helping them.
So we're in downtown Los Angeles, 3rd Street Tunnel near Flower, and the cops are on both sides of us. And we got 2 concrete walls, so this is where we at tonight. The police are ordering people to drop their shields.
Honestly, whatever we unleash on them, they fucking deserve it. Shut the fuck up. No one cares what you have to say.
It's like a fucking lose-lose situation. I want you to drop your shield. And you can't see it, but there's a line of police on this side as well.
Man, I be saying such fucked up shit. Why is this cop pulling them out of the car? Why is their door open? Let them use their car door as a shield? What is happening?
Are they being forced to?
Are they making them get out? Are they scared? Are they having a panic attack? I love her, and she pulled right up.
It looks like they're pulling the people out of the cars. And
Don't say anything! Don't ask for your lawyer! Ask for your lawyer!
We're gonna move backwards. We walk. We don't run. We stay tight. We're gonna move backwards in a minute. We walk. We don't run. We stay tight. We move together like order.
so this is like 3rd Street and Flower in downtown Los Angeles. It looks like they're systematically taking people out of cars.
So, if you get an opportunity, run.
Okay, is it totally blocked that way?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't worry about me.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
No. I know you can take care of your shit.
I know. Just
What do we
saying.
get?
Look out for
What do we
yourself.
meet? Camp?
Yeah. Did you hear that? Meet at camp. Meet at camp.
Sorry, what?
We'll meet at camp. If we gotta run.
Meet at camp.
I can't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we gotta take out. But yeah, they got us trapped. I don't understand why they're arresting us kids.
I think they just want to
Is
shut this down.
this a one-way?
But why do they arrest us?
Because they don't want this protest to happen.
Is this a one-way? They could easily get them on some stupid fucking infraction.
All of them?
Hey, we
Yeah,
haven't
if
done
it-
anything to them.
No, but I'm saying if it's a one-way, they're like, you're going the wrong way.
No, you're really.
Yeah, but it's a one-way. This way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
They're just arresting us because they don't.
Oh, I
want us
know.
to
Are they
Oh, I
coming
know.
for all of them or just the black people? Are they just running late to get tires? Like, I don't see in the car, they just run the car.
So maybe if somebody, if there is going to be a mass arrest, maybe somebody could start lining up, you know, what does court support look like if you see people getting arrested on this live stream, and how can you mobilize people to be out outside of the jail when people are being released? Yes, this is live right now. We're in downtown Los Angeles. And we're in a tunnel on 3rd, and cops are on both sides of us. Can you call Amina?
Now my phone is so tucked away.
Okay, that's fine. They're shooting us as we're backed into each other, and they're shooting at us where we have nowhere to go. And they're coming at us at both sides. Holy shit. Holy shit. Stay calm. So we're like super fucking smashed in with fucking them shooting at us. I'm sorry.
You're good, you're good. I got you.
Are you okay?
I was shot in the leg twice. We're okay.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Go! Fuck, bro.
Get up! Don't get smacked!
Hey Connor, can you please let Amina know what's going on? Whoa. They're taking people's skateboards. They're taking anything that you might have that could protect you. They're grabbing it. Make sure you keep updating the comrades so I can keep live streaming. It looks like rubber bullets, but they're point blank range. And so people are, it's very injured. So this person's injured and this other person's trying to take care of them and they're like being extra brutal. And so they have us in little pocket groups. Our little pocket groups are surrounded by the police. Everybody has their hands up. It sounds like some sort of orders are given, but I can't hear.
Jack!
If you have a car and you want to come down and pick people up, that'd be super great.
Hey. Jazz. Hey.
Do you need up there?
Jazz.
Right here, Jasmine.
Jazz. Are you okay?
Yeah, she's okay. This other person's hurt.
You good?
We actually never got a dispersal order before they started firing indiscriminately at point blank range. The tunnel on 3rd and Flower near the 110 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. That's right. Don't let them back us down. Like somebody said, September 5th, we got to come out stronger and harder. More people. We have to actually organize. Like these white supremacists are coming out and murdering people, and we need to show the fuck up. I'd put that down.
I'm like, fuck it, man.
Oh. So this person is fucking injured to the point they are needing help walking.
No, they blasted me straight in my truck.
So he got hit right in the knee. I don't know why they're, maybe it's easier to put us all on one side to control us. So we started at City Hall, we marched around a little bit, we came to this tunnel, they ambushed us from both sides, started shooting people and taking people's gear, like their bicycles, their skateboards, their buckets, their anything that you could use that's not just your body. They fucking... So a good portion of the crowd has their hands up. We're still surrounded. I couldn't understand what they were saying, actually. Could either of you understand what they were saying?
No.
Okay.
Nico!
We actually were just marching and chanting and starting the night, actually. I think because of what happened in Kenosha, that fucking white supremacist murdering people, they don't want shit to get to people who release those emotions. So they're going to stomp it out before you can even start chanting. I don't know what the fuck that person just said.
They're gonna take that as a threat. Nico! They're patting us down. If you have anything, drop it.
What do you mean?
If you have any weapons, drop it.
Oh.
They're just gonna pat you down and let you go.
Oh, I don't have none of that. So it looks like they're saying they're gonna pat people down and let you go. But this is, like telephone. This is what the people next to me said, so I'm not really sure if that's what's coming from the front at this point in time, because it's hard to hear them. If this is what a dictatorship looks like. The white supremacists with guns in Kenosha were thanked!
Hey, stop, seriously. They're gonna let us out, we just have to,
We were patted down.
Does everyone hear what's happening?
No.
They're going to let people out 5 at a time from this corner.
Okay.
Calm, slow, hurry up.
You know what? What was the last thing she said?
They're gonna let us out 5 at a time over there, arms up, and be calm.
Okay. So did you hear that? They're gonna let people out 5 at a time, arms up, be calm. After they've fucking stripped everybody of all their shit and seriously injured. No, so they're gonna let 5 people out at a time with your hands up and to be calm. And if you have things you should leave them behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a knife.
Found out for the weapon. We're gonna be here a while.
Nice, I like your
Did you hear what the thing was? 5 people at a time are going to be let out. Hands up, remain calm.
Oh, okay.
And if you have something, you shouldn't leave it behind.
Are they got certain people?
They're gonna pat us.
Pat us down. Unless you look extra suspicious, then who knows? They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I know. I just like.
Is this what they were shooting today? So, this is what they were shooting today instead of rubber bullets. Can you shine a flashlight on this, someone? Oh, here, there we go. So, what is this? It says 2588 LAPD Super Sock. Super Sock.
Okay, good.
People should take to heart and get serious about organizing for September 5th. After September 5th, there's only 60 days till the election. And it would make a huge difference if people were in the street organizing and building and creating the political terrain necessary, demanding that the Trump-Pence regime be removed. Because while this dictatorship under the bourgeoisie is brutal, it will be much, much more brutal under fascism. I wish I had some aspirin. That dude's in a lot of pain. It is important if we exhaust every nonviolent means possible. That would make a huge difference. If Trump was beaten overwhelmingly in the election, not because Biden is great or anything, but he's not consolidating fascism and he's not putting forward a fascist program. So we can have the brutality of the bourgeoisie dictatorship instead of the brutality of the fascist dictatorship, which are different. They are not the same thing. To say that is fucking dangerous and ignorant and actually irresponsible. You brought anything to protect yourself tonight, it's gone.
Stop them now. They're doing search and let go. If you guys have anything, they're not letting you out.
What kind of search? How deep?
I have no idea, but
Okay.
drop all spray paint and weapons now.
We cannot rely on the election. Trump has been very, very clear he's going to contest it, and anything but a win for him is a stolen election. He's already been building the ground forces, his fanatical base around this pretense. Like, the only way he could lose is if it was rigged. So that's why it's so important to have hundreds and thousands into the streets and actually take responsibility in the direction of society how we want to see it. not just passively waiting like a good German and hoping it will all work out. Like if you've been watching the RNC at all, you'll see some of this fascist fanatical lunacy on full display. And if you haven't been watching the RNC, you need to go to revcom.us and read the summations. Go to the social media, the revcoms. Go to the website, revcom.us. It's important to analyze and take serious what these fascists are
Addy,
saying.
back up! Again? Really?
I didn't see any legal observers tonight, but I did talk to several journalists beforehand and got information, and they're here recording, and their gear is much better than mine, so we could always go back and, if necessary, look at higher quality recordings. You know, there was about maybe over 200 people tonight, and it's easy to, with an overwhelming state, you know, we've been out here, this is the third night I've been out here, to be prepared overwhelmingly. But if, 10,000 people were out here, they wouldn't be able to do this to us. It makes a difference if you're actually out here. And again, I understand there's a small section of society who physically or for other reasons can't be out, but then you should be organizing people and getting them ready to be in the streets. I was saying that there's about 200 people here tonight, and with 200 people it's easy to run up on us like this. If there was hundreds and thousands of us, the police wouldn't be able to do this. That's why it's imperative that every single person across the United States take responsibility. And if, it's not just in America fascism is rising, but everyone needs to rise up and actually organize and be in the streets. If you aren't in the streets now, I know many of you people that I've talked to, they're like, when it's really gonna hit the fan, I'll be out. But if you ain't out now, I doubt you're gonna be out when things get a lot worse. And then you'll have to bow and be complicit to fascism. Because you are right now currently bowing and being complicit to fascism if you're not actively organizing to drive it from power. That's just the reality. If you want to participate and you don't know how you can throw in, contact the Revolution Club. Contact Refuse Fascism Los Angeles. Actually, everyone on here should be contacting Refuse Fascism and going to refusefascism.org, donating money. That's a really great way if you can't come out to help. It's donate some money. We need physical bodies, but materials are needed too. And if you're local to Los Angeles and you're not with Refuse Fascism Los Angeles, or at least upholding the message of Trump Pence out now, that's one, it's part of fascism denialism. And it's part of capitulating to fascism at this point. You can't say you didn't know it wasn't fascism. You can't say you didn't know white supremacists were unleashed, murdering people in the streets. Like, all 3 nights have been kind of intense, but it's been really, the spirit of the protest is really correct. Fierce determination and courage. You should, I know it's scary and fascism is scary, but you're going to have to deal with that because allowing fascism to consolidate is a lot scarier. The humanity of Black, brown, and indigenous people is not up for debate. The humanity of women and LGBTQ is not up for debate. You know, a lot of you at some point have come out to the street during the uprisings that have happened since George Floyd was murdered. And if you're chanting Black Lives Matter, you got to make that real. And part of making that real is not allowing fascism to consolidate, because Black lives openly won't matter. You know, what does Trump say? Trump loves cops. Cops love Trump. We have 2 New York police unions that have openly endorsed Trump because they say Trump got their back. And what does that mean? He got their back to murder people with impunity? I like the skate tricks. Right on. But again, you know, we're out here demanding, you know, an outrage over murder after murder after murder after murder after murder. All these Black bodies are piling up. Over 1,000 a year in the United States. You know, 3 people a day are shot by the police. And you're going to sit home? Well, there's a regime in power that wants to unleash cops and these Second Amendment people. You know, not only did the shooting in Kenosha happen, but there was another shooting in Pennsylvania. People are on a march to DC, and this march went through a neighborhood, and a homeowner came out and fucking shot the protesters, you know, that were marching to DC. So you have 2 instances within the last week of fucking people shooting Black Lives Matter protesters, and you're sitting home. That is accommodation to these murders. You actually have to choose a side and act accordingly. And part of choosing that side and getting involved, again, you need to go to RefuseFascism.org. Get ready for September 5th and the 60 days after that. Like, are you actually going to change the political terrain and make the military and the police and the politicians and the legitimacy of this system come into question because we're out there demanding that he needs to be removed? Or are you going to wait and see as he lays the groundwork for this quote-unquote rigged election if he doesn't win. Like, those are very clear things that are being fought for in society right now. And if you're doing nothing, you're like the people in Poland who have capitulated to human ash falling on top of them, going about their day as the incinerators are incinerating so many people that human ash is literally falling from the sky. Like, we can't get to that literal point, and fascism doesn't always unfold exactly the same. But I'm using that to demonstrate and give you imagery of what you might be forced to accept because you've accepted so much so far. Again, everyone in America who refuses to accept fascism must take responsibility to drive it out. Anti-fascism isn't sitting at home and waiting and seeing as fascism consolidates. When you go to killedbypolice.net, it will show you everyone who's killed by police. Again, Black, brown, and indigenous people are killed disproportionately, but that doesn't mean every single person who's murdered by police, that it's not a loss to humanity and it's an atrocity that this system can't stop doing. It's their function. The role of the police is to serve and protect the system that rules over the people. The job of the police is not to serve and protect the people. We are not being served and protected tonight, let me tell you.
You filmed this thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's a live round.
What do you mean a live round?
They probably misfired, so they just cleared it out. It hasn't actually been fired out, but that's what they were shooting at people.
What's in here?
It's probably, like it says, LAPD, super shock.
Yeah, but what's a super shock?
Probably some type of cork. Yeah, you can feel it's kind of solid.
So it's a cork?
Some type of,
It's not a rubber bullet, though.
Well,
it's
something
different.
like a rubber bullet.
Okay.
When it fires, it probably expands. And,
okay.
You can kind of feel it.
I wish I had a light to shine on this.
But
okay.
yeah, look, they didn't. That's one how you have a misfire, so you just clear it. It actually didn't fire. I thought it was just a shell.
Yeah, I picked up a shell.
Yeah, film the whole thing.
But I can't see it because it's so dark.
LAPD. I mean, it's like official LAPD.
Yeah.
Like not just like whatever. LessLethal.com.
Serving the people is not shooting them in the back. Ever. If you actually go to revcom.us and you can look at basics for free, it's the handbook for revolution. There is a quote in there that talks about, day one after the revolution, the LAPD, the CIA, the FBI would all be disbanded. That the new system and the people who protect the people would rather take a bullet first than shoot one of the masses. And that's completely different than what we have right now. These people would rather shoot you and ask questions later. And that's why it's really important that we've talked a lot about Trump and fascism, but the underlying root of it all is this system of capitalism, imperialism, where these contradictions come from. And if we don't actually overthrow the system, which is intertwined with white supremacy and patriarchy, these atrocities will continue to happen because they're woven into the very fabric of every functionality and structure. So again, like if you actually are interested in Black Lives Matter and them actually mattering to the point where they're treated as a full human being,
I think this is what's inside.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a bunch of those little things. They come out.
So it's like a
Bunch of little like cloth discs.
that's what came out of the rounds tonight. As I was saying, if you actually want to see Black, brown, indigenous people, women, LGBTQ treated as full human beings, you have to actually overthrow the system that has put into place the relations that say that they're not full human beings. Again, you can go to revcom.us and look at the new Socialist Republic for North America, the new Constitution. There's a lot of resources on revcom.us. I really encourage people that are serious about overthrowing white supremacy. Again, you can't overthrow white supremacy without overthrowing the system. And you can't smash the patriarchy without overthrowing the system to actually get into the strategy and the military strategy, the theory, and become a conscious revolutionary and actually fighting for that political line. Like, it's not going to be served to you. You actually have to fight for it. Got a trash can lid.
Hey, yeah, don't film any of this stuff on the ground.
Oh. Do you know why people were cheering?
I don't know.
They let some people out this way.
I don't know, maybe that's it. They're starting to let people out more.
Maybe because that person was like, I don't know if that was the really injured person or not. Oh no, they're right there. People got fucked up at close range. There was no instigation from the protest. Marching in the streets chanting is not, doesn't make it legitimate to use excessive force. I'm not sure who personally got injured. I just see people fucked up, you know, and in pain. I don't know them personally, unfortunately. So what does this mean? Are you going to come out harder tomorrow? Are you going to bring your friends? Are you going to organize? So it's downtown, City Hall, Los Angeles, 9 p.m. Is this acceptable? And if it's not acceptable, you need to actually come out tomorrow and let them know excessive force isn't okay. Chilling the right to protest is not okay. And you have to make that understood with your feet in the street. Strongly worded letters are going to hit the shredder. Get your feet in the street. So they are letting people out. Like, here's the, it's harder to see this line, but through, this whole area was filled with people. And they've slowly, again, 5 at a time, they're letting people out, they're searching them. I don't know if that means tonight's over or we're gonna regroup and, I mean, because it's not illegal to fucking march and chant. But these deterrent tactics, they don't want people to have shields. They want to be able to shoot you straight out. They don't want people to be able to protect themselves from the brutality. That just makes them more angry, right? They want to shoot you and they want it to hit because that shit hurts. That shit scars and that shit will be with you forever. There were a lot of, there was a good handful of new people that came tonight. There was, they did a little raise of hands when the protest started, who's been here this week and who's new. And it was good to see all the new hands, but those new hands need to keep increasing at an exponential rate at this point. So if you haven't went to RefuseFascism.org yet or RefuseFascism Los Angeles yet, and you're not organizing for September 5th, why the fuck not? Do you think the conditions of this society as they currently are acceptable? Or do you think fascism needs to be removed from power? And do you see your responsibility in making that happen? And for those of you who are so fucking done with this system and so fucking done with white supremacy and so fucking done with patriarchy and are ready to actually put things on the line to fight for a whole new world, you need to get with the Revolutionary Communist Party. You need to get with your local revolution club. You need to start a revolution club where you're at. You need to get into the strategy and the science and learn how to be a scientist, and that's fucking hard. Like, I definitely am not, like, I'm a fucking level 1 scientist, and I look at Baba Bakian's work and I'm inspired, and I appreciate him always in his work pushing you to take his work further and become a strategic commander. And that's hard, but it's needed. And you can do it. Anti-communism is anti-people of the world. That's what capitalism is all about, is degrading, dehumanizing people in the environment. We're literally looking at a mass extinction coming up in the near future because capitalism can't stop destroying the environment. It literally can't. Capitalism is about accumulation and the degradation of the environment because this capitalist has to fight with this capitalist to make a cheaper product and needs more resources at the cheapest thing, and you're cutting down so much of all these forests that are making a huge impact on the world as a whole. Just think of how many animal species have gone extinct in your lifetime. We're talking about extinction. That's fucking unacceptable. We don't even know the damage that we've done to the planet from all the ecosystems we've fucked up and all the things that we've killed to extinction. The ramifications of that is not even known yet. Yet capitalism continues to grind up the planet and the people for profits, for the accumulation of capital. Communism, on the other hand, would actually put forward how do you actually be a caretaker of the earth? How do you restructure society and the mode of production, how things are produced, in the interest of every single person on the planet? How would you structure how things are produced to take care of the environment, to allow it to regrow, to what's necessary? The waterways, the trees, all these things connected is like being caretakers of the earth. You can't be a caretaker of the earth and kill everything. How are you doing? Did you get hit? Did you get hit? Okay, good. Are you still recording? Okay. There might be a lot of haters that don't give two fucks about the environment on this live stream, but it shows where you're at as a human being, and it's pretty fucking disgusting. But you don't have to stay that way. You can actually research, you can actually learn, and you can actually change your political view to one that's not so degrading to the planet and the people. I do really want to challenge people to come out tomorrow. Los Angeles, downtown, City Hall, 9 p.m. Are we going to let the murders of the people in Kenosha by the white supremacists just become another day? Become so normalized we're not even in the streets? Are we going to allow the dictatorship of the bourgeoisie to chill our expression of the outrage of these murders? Or are we going to come out in full force and mobilize others? black lives will never matter under capitalism. A system, at least in America, founded on white supremacy and the enslavement of black people, and every single institution and functionary, it's set up so black lives don't matter. And again, you have Trump in office, an open white supremacist who's telling the cops not to be so nice. So it's another immediate that we have to deal with, right? It's fascism. And to struggle people to stop denying that it's fascism and to confront it in a real fucking way. Okay. Do you want to get lined up to get out?
Yeah, give me just a second.
If you think about it, if black lives don't matter, no lives really matter. You gotta treat everybody like a full human being. Because what they can do to the other today, they might do to you tomorrow, right? It's to learn from the Pastor Niemöller quote. First they came for the communists and the socialists, you know? And Pastor Niemöller was actually held in a Nazi concentration camp. That's the end of that poem. And then they came for me and no one was left. We really need to learn from that. You know? Oh, here we go. Somebody has a light on this shit.
Shot people with this metal beanbag.
Oh, shit.
Fully was surrounded on all sides.
So there's little pieces of metal inside the yellow shit. Oh, shit. So those little rounds earlier actually had little pieces of metal.
We're just documenting you guys, don't worry. Just letting everyone know what you shot us with.
So that's some painful fucking shit,
We're
man.
looking at your beanbag rounds. We just want to see what you shot us with.
So the rounds had little pieces of metal, little like smaller than a BB, but a lot of them, and they're condensed and they're in that yellow fabric. So when it comes out, shooting a bunch of little metal pellets at you. There were little metal pellets in those. That's what they were shining the light on. There's like metal in them.
Really? I guess there were different ones and different things. Wow.
Again, people were shot point blank range with these quote unquote less than lethal but can fuck you the fuck up rounds while being packed so tight no one could really move or escape or do anything.
Where at? Where were they?
Oh, they're, do you have your light? They're like right here. Do you know how many people total were injured? Do we have a number on that? No.
There were at least 4, I would say.
There was a lot of rounds set off, so I'm wondering how many people are injured.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It feels like the ones that were injured were taken out.
All right. This individual is injured, but they're kind of laid out.
Right?
Well, they got hit right in the kneecap.
Oh, okay.
So they're like immobilized.
Now, if we need to head out. We've been letting them get out.
Are the injured people first?
Yes, we can get out. What if injured people out now first? We have to get out now. What? We have to injured.
So I don't have any confirmation either if they've arrested the people that were in the cars behind the protest. The cars are still sitting there. But you're gonna have, towing fees from tonight and shit like that. Hospital bills. Because people, like this dude that got shot in the knee is gonna have to go to the hospital. Like he's hurt, Coming into this tunnel wasn't, we were just marching around the city. There was no aggression going on. And it's not illegal to march around in the streets chanting, for justice for people who were murdered by the police. But a dictatorship that can't stop murdering people doesn't want you to get too out of hand. So a small recap. We're in downtown Los Angeles. At 9 o'clock, people start gathering at City Hall. 10 o'clock about, we start marching, march through the city and chant. And in particular, 2 people were murdered in Kenosha by a wannabe aspiring cop. And as we were marching, we came to this tunnel, which we went through a tunnel yesterday, no big deal. And then they kettled us, squished us in like sardines, and started shooting people and stripping people of their protection, like their boogie boards, their whatever signs, even a cardboard sign, they would rip that out of your hand, because signs are fucking dangerous to them, You might be able to protect yourself against the rounds. So they're stripping people of everything in their hands, their skateboards, their bikes, their whatever is on their person. People are falling, people are getting hit, people are packed in and have nowhere to go. And so they did that for a while, and now they are allowing people 5 at a time to leave the kettle with a pat down and like a search. So that's kind of where we're at right now. People are being let out 5 at a time with a search. Comrade thinks maybe there were 2 different kinds of rounds being shot. We just showed one earlier that had, like, it was a bunch of little metal, smaller than BBs. So I'm not sure what kind of rounds you would call that, but has a bunch of little metal pellets in it. And then this other one had like yellow cork material. might not think like a sign or whatever can help you a little bit, but whatever. You know, people are riding skateboards, people are riding their bikes. It's like protesting doesn't have to be a funeral march. You know, it can be lively and festive and full of spirit and fun. Especially because the content is that you're rising up against this bullshit. And that's correct. So the challenge is, what are you going to do? Are you going to come out tomorrow? So this looks like the exit space somewhere.
And they are confiscating skateboards. Yeah, right. That would take it into credibility.
So yeah, here's the line of people like exiting right here. Okay, it's nice. Let's see if they get to keep their bikes, because the bikes were ripped away from people's hands in the beginning.
What do you think? I'm like, that sounds cool. But then some people, eventually Carolyn was like, oh my god, I found this problem. Like, they can use them, and somebody else was like,
This is what a police state looks like. This is what overt dictatorship of the bourgeoisie looks like.
Yo, what the fuck?
Oh, they're just doing a little sandwich move to make the space that we have to move around smaller. Y'all need some fucking science. Y'all need some Marx. Y'all need some Lenin. Y'all need some Mao, and y'all need some Baba Bakian.
You are my
Without the scientific method and approach to understanding reality, you can be led all over the place. Without asking for the evidence and if it's true, you can be led all over the place. End up being one of these fucking conspiracy theorists with no evidence. So I did see a lot of mainstream media out, where yesterday there wasn't a lot of mainstream media. So I'm not sure what will be on the local news channels about this. Evidence and facts are very important. Asking, is it true, is very important.
They did jail somewhere. A lot of people did.
You know, opinions aren't truth, they're your fucking opinion. The world isn't fucking flat. Evolution is real. These are things that have a lot of evidence and decades of evidence. In the kettle, I don't know, maybe less than 50 are left. Well, there are probably like at least 200 people, maybe, I don't know, 200 or so. It was a good turnout tonight. With spirit and determination. What time is it? Oh shit.
On the plus side, them doing it this slowly, there's not a shit ton of money standing there.
I know. Well, no. They don't want you roaming around demanding justice. So I'm just in line, basically waiting to get out. I'm not sure if they'll let me continue to live stream or not, but I would like to live stream till I'm out of the kettle. Before we wrap up, go to RefuseFascism.org. Get prepared for September 5th and the 60 days leading that up to the election. And actually put your feet into action in the streets. If you actually really think that this regime should be removed. Don't wait on the election. Don't put all your eggs in that basket, because Trump has already said he's not going to leave, and if he loses, it's rigged. So it's really, really, really critical. If you don't want to see fascism in for another 4 years, to take responsibility in making that happen. Don't wait on someone else to save you, or be mad someone didn't organize it, because you're responsible as well. But you're not alone. You can reach out to RefuseFascism.org.
We can do four more policy officers directly.
Females? Are they doing 2 separate lines or something?
Female.
Okay.
Yeah. Relax. So you're gonna go home. You just gotta go down orderly fast looks. Fair enough? Look.
Yeah, it looks like they're patting people down over there.
What's a New Balance? That's one to hit everything.
still like 30 minutes left on this game. No, it's 30. I had 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're just like patting people down. There's like 3 rows of the violent enforcers of the state on this side. They're saying that no one's getting arrested, that we're being let go.
All right, 4 more. All the officers direction.
Make it 5. Make it 5.
Make it 5.
Keep coming there. Keep coming.
Mills. 2 mills.
Turn that way.
3 mills.
Put your hand on the wall.
Got a knife in his pocket. Everything is just that.
What'd you like?
Yes, sir. There's also knife right here. Yes, sir. Let's take it out there for a minute. And then we can try and get it back. Yes, sir. That's what I'm having. Back on grass.
Sure, we got cutters.
Okay, I can't wait for my person to my ride. Okay, so I'm leaving the area and I'm gonna go to the rendezvous point, but I'm gonna keep the live stream on just for a second while they're. Whoa, there are so many police cars. Whoa, like literally, that street is like full. There's like rows, 3 rows that go really far back of police cars. I don't exactly know where I'm at, so I guess they're only letting us make a right on Flower, but I don't know if that's the way I need to go. Excuse me, do you know the way to City Hall?
That way.
That way, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna, damn, that was a lot of cops. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut off trolls. You know, they're gonna be trolls, but those who actually give a fuck. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope to see you September 5th. I hope to see you in your city rising up. Those who understand or who are done with white supremacy. I hope to see you in the club, the Revolution Club. I hope to see you getting with the theory and the strategy and the science and the leadership to actually make a revolution and to overthrow the capitalist system at the soonest possible time. Out.